Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast. It is morning here in Las Vegas. My name is Matt Perrault. How are you? This podcast is probably going to be pretty quick here, guys. So I had a chance to head on down to Circus Sports in Vegas, and well, it was a late night. It's currently 2 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. So this is probably the latest I've ever recorded the Daily Juice, but we had a lot of fun. A couple of people came in town, a couple of sports gambling people were in town. So we were down there breaking down some games, talking about different lines and whatnot. So it will benefit the juice because we went over a bunch of stuff. Dave Sherapan and I, who was my co-host on my other show, we all kind of got around and kind of banged around on some odds and some lines and take a look at some of these games coming up here today. But we went 2-1 again last night, so it's another winning day, another day where we're just doing this 2-1 thing. And going 2-1 consistently is winning nights and winning money, and we've been really good doing it. So we're not going to stop it here. And if you guys haven't taken advantage of the BetMGM offer, you should take advantage of the BetMGM offer. $10 bet to win $150 on any bet on any event. You win $150 automatically. Juice150 is the promo code. BetMGM or betmgm.com to take advantage of that. So hockey comes through easily on another over. So we're going back with hockey on a total. We get a college basketball. Well, we get the Laker game right. Mavs -4. I know some of you bet 5.5. It landed 5. Bad beat. That stinks. 5.5. But we laid 4 last night, so we got that. And then we had the college basketball bet fail because USC got housed by Arizona. That was a pretty impressive performance by Arizona. So 2 bets for us coming on here in college basketball tonight and 1 in the NHL to play. So let's talk about college basketball. You guys might hate this bet, but LSU's at Arkansas. Okay. It's 5.5. Numbers climbing, but Ken Pom has this as a 3-point game. Okay. So it's 2.5 points of value from Ken Pom. It's interesting. Arkansas at home is 10-7 ATS, but they're 9-1 over the last 10, 4-1 over the last 5. Okay. But they're coming off of a monster win at home against Kentucky. Huge win. LSU on the road this year is 6-7. They're 8-8 against the spread here in the SEC. But this is a huge game for LSU. This is not that big of a game for Arkansas. It's a monster game for LSU. They've got to win this game. 5.5 seems just to be too heavy for me. I can't believe I'm at home. I'm going against Arkansas. But you look at what happened last game against Missouri. They won a game by 20 at home against Missouri. They lost by 5 as 7.5-point dogs on the road at Kentucky. I think this team's playing pretty well at home. They beat A&M on the road. They're laying 1.5. They won by 8. They're catching 5.5. I think this is a 3-point win here. Maybe it's a backdoor situation like the Kentucky game where you get a buzzer 3 that winds up getting it to cover for us. I'm going to take plus 5.5. LSU plus 5.5 for a half a unit. Maybe it's the bet you guys hate the most for this game here tonight, but I think there's value there. I think Arkansas is in a good fade spot. I think LSU's playing for more. We're going to jump on LSU here for us. Second bet. You guys can probably guess where I'm going here. Connecticut's on the road at the Creighton Blue Jays. I'm actually stunned at this number, to be quite honest. The Jays at home are 4-7-2 ATS. On the road, UConn's only 5-8, but without Ryan Nembhard, they got completely killed by Providence. Look, I know Ty Alexander, the backup point guard, starting to play better, and he's got another Freshman of the Week award. He stepped up a little bit. Just can't see it. At home, I know it's Omaha. I think this is senior night for Omaha. I think that's right. I think this is their last home game of the year. I just can't see it. Look, I know UConn's not been covering. Okay, UConn didn't cover against Georgetown, not against Villanova, Seton Hall, St. John's, Xavier. Okay, they've covered once in the last 6 games. I totally understand that UConn has been a fade team here. 2-7-1 over the last 10. They're 7-9-1 in the Big East. I get all that. UConn's laying 4. I just don't think the numbers really matter. I think UConn's playing a better brand of basketball. I think the Jays are really going to have a tough time here without one of their best players. Home crowd will help, but I can't see it. I got to get in here with UConn. I got to lay the 4 points with UConn, jumping on the Huskies on the road against the Creighton Blue Jays. Numbers should be higher, okay? Numbers should be higher than 4. Jumping on with UConn -4. And for the last bet of the day, we're going hockey. The Kraken taking on the Nashville Predators. Nashville scores, and Nashville can stop the puck a little bit, but they give up goals as well. The Kraken give up a ton of goals as well. These, again, are 2 teams that have over 30 games that have gone to the over this season. Number's 5.5. Number's too low. That number's too low. We saw a game last night where 7 goals got scored in the first period. This is just a crazy time for overs. Only 5.5. It's -120. I'm going to lay it here with the Kraken and the Predators. We're going over 5.5 goals at -120. I think we get 6 goals, 4-2 final, one way or the other here between these two teams. Let's keep these over bets going and cashing. Let's take over 5.5. Nashville taking on Seattle here at -120. Okay, so 3 bets for us here today. We're going LSU plus 5.5 at Arkansas, UConn -4 taking on the Creighton Blue Jays, and we're going over 5.5 goals for the Predators and the Kraken at -120. All 3 bets for a half a unit. Another 2-in-1 day. Let's take it. Let's hope that we get it. It's winning. They're not big, but we're winning. Slow and steady. Picking it up, putting it down. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.